So I recently built an workflow, a chatbot agent inside n8n, and basically what this chatbot does, it acts as my personal assistant. You can ask it anything regarding me, professional wise. So I gave it my CV, and every time it just look at my CV within the knowledge base, and it answers my client. So well, this is not the best use scenario for such agents, but you can always implement this one by just changing the knowledge base for your business. So you just come to the vector base where the information is stored, and then you change the information. So I'll walk you real quick on how this setup was built and every detail that you need to know to get this setup running. Let me just test it out so that you can see how it performs. So maybe let's start by a greeting. Hello. Who is Shadrach? So let's just start by that and see how it performs. So it will take time, you see it running, and then it will go to this the brain that is using. So after it has run on the brain, it will go to Supabase and then it retrieve the information. So you can see it has returned some detailed information regarding me. So this is the information that I fed it from my CV. So you can see, and you can always have the details on what time it took to run. So this agent is active, and when you come to the actual chat node here, you can see the link, this URL here. When you copy this URL and go paste it on your browser or share it to your clients, and you click on that, you can see my agent is live and ready to interact with your clients. So you can also talk to it on the browser where it's deployed and tell it, hello, where did he go to school? So you want to find information of where probably this person schooled. And like I've said previously, it doesn't need to be a portfolio. For this one, just need to change the knowledge base. After you have changed the knowledge base, everything will be okay. But these agents, of course, sometimes they can hallucinate. I'm using the free models, so the accuracy is based on the model. So if at all you are using Anthropic models or ChatGPT, it will be more accurate. But apparently I'm using Grok, which they are small models and they take a lot of time to load and everything, of course. And then also it depends on the server that you have deployed your agent to. So just it was run here. Shadrach Otieno attended the University of Nairobi where he pursued bachelor degree. If you like more details about OpenRouter, free to share email directly. So I think on this one it has hallucinated a little bit, so we can ask it probably what does it currently do. So we can let it run that one, and then we'll be back when it has finished running. So back to our AI agent. So let's go back to how it was built. So once you are here, of course you can see the setup is active. When you deactivate here, when you go to the setup, you'll notice it goes offline. So let's continue. So basically how this setup was built, you first start by adding a Google Drive. So you'll come to your node here, search for Google Drive. This is where you start, by the way. Once you found Google Drive, click on it, scroll down, and because you want your agent downloading your CV from Google Drive, you go select download. Make sure you select download. So download a file. So you select on this one, and then create your credentials. If you don't know how to create the credentials, I've previously did a video on the same on how you can head up to Google Cloud and then enable the APIs there. So you'll go to create credential and then go to Google Cloud. Use this URL that you are provided here. For me, I'm hosting mine on my own browser. So when you depending on where you are hosting your agent, you'll get the URL here. So mine is hosted under my own domain, so that's where my agent is pointing to custom CX. And then the credentials, you'll get the credential there, and then save everything. So I want to go into detail that it can make this tutorial really long, so I'll close this one. Back to Canva. So I've just added these agents, and so basically this one is this: once you've created everything and filled the details, you'll have such a thing. And when you finish creating your file, this trigger will be added to it automatically. So anyway, let's delete. The next step will be adding the Supabase Vector Store. So click add, and then search for Supabase. So click on Supabase Vector Store, and then add document to Vector Store. So I'll choose this one, and then go to Supabase API. So how to create, if you don't have a Supabase API, you'll have to create a new one. And then on this one here, you'll go to Supabase, you create account. After creating account on Supabase, first of all, you'll go to your data and APIs, and then you will get this URL here, the host. Copy this one here, and then come back to your host here, and then paste it right here. And then on the credential, this is the API. Go back to Supabase, scroll where you see new APIs, come here and then reveal this API key and then copy it. So you'll go back to your agent and then copy that one here. So for mine, I want to go into that. Yes, an explanation. So close. So once you've set everything up here and save, so for instance, let me just use my agent for now, and then come insert document. Okay, we'll use insert document, and then from here you'll have to choose from the document that you have created on Supabase. So you choose a document here. Okay, and first of all, you want you won't find this document if you have never created a document. So for that case, you'll have to go to this documentation on Docs. So open on Docs, and then come to this URL. Below here, you'll find this quick get startup, and then click on this, and then scroll down, and then copy this code right here. Copy this one, go back to your database, Supabase, and then go to your SQL table query, SQL editor, paste it right here, and then run. After you have run that, you'll have a table like this one on your, you'll have a table document and n8n chart history. So once you've done that, let me just close some of these tabs. So once you've done that, come back, choose it here, document, and just to say that whenever you are using this document that I've shown you right here, you'll have to change this one, because for me, I didn't go with 1536 because I'm not using the ChatGPT model, so it will be based on the model that you're using. So anything, you can leave it the way it is. Go back to your workflows. So once you're here, you'll want to connect two things. This one, default loader, and then the embedding models. So default loader, just click on default object, select the default loader, and then JSON. For this setup, you don't need to use JSON. We'll be using the binary, because I'm presuming that the CV that you have uploaded to your Google Drive, it will be a PDF. So it's in an image format, so you have to use a binary. And then load all data input. Of course, you can set that one automatically. Format, you can leave everything the way it is. So back to your setup here, and then here you'll have to add your embedding models. So for this case, if you have API keys for ChatGPT, you can use that. For me, I don't have. I'm using a free models called Core. So I'll select my Core, and then if you don't have a Core account, just go ahead and create it. Go to Docs, click on documentation, and you'll get the process of creating the Core account. So after creating a new credential, after you've come to and attach your API key here, you need to save. After saving, you'll select your account. So close. I'll just use my core account. So back to my agent. So once you're here, you're almost one way through. So the next setup, it will be executing this setup here. And now we want to build the setup that is on top. So the chunking model is already done. Let me just make things more cleaner so we can continue with this on here. So the next thing here you do, it will be now connecting the chat agent. So come here, click on this, and then you want on message, just scroll down and just search for chat node. Okay, just scroll. Probably let's call it on chat. Okay. So this is on chat. We need to have it here. So I think we can just copy this and then attach it here. I think this one is still taking us to the loop, so let's keep that one for a while. Let's build this one, AI agent, back. So our AI agent is here, and then you want to connect it to a chat node. On chat. Okay, let's assume that we need to delete this one first. Okay, we'll use this one for this case. Oh, let me search for it. Chat. So this is the exact thing that I was looking for, chat trigger, but it's bringing issues, so just use this one. For me, I know why mine is bringing issues, because you can't have two chat received right here. So I already have one chat received here, so you can't have it here. But for your case, it will be just connecting this node. So we have two agents, that's the issue. So let's give it a brain meanwhile. So let's use grok. Yeah, let's use account. That will be the chat model, and then memory. For now, let's go with simple memory just to make the tutorial quite faster. For the sake of making the data more persistent, you'll want to go to Postgres. And how to do it with Postgres? Just go to your Supabase, and then let's select the right Supabase here. So once you're on Supabase, I think I'm not in the right Supabase. Let me close this one and probably close this one too. So go to your dashboard. So once you're on your dashboard, click the agent that you're working with. So what happens is that you just need to click connect, and under here you'll have to choose this show parameters. You'll use these parameters on your workflow. So let's delete this one for a while. So I'm talking on this Postgres here. So let's delete this one. Add new Postgres. Use Postgres. So on Postgres account, you need to just select your Postgres account. You already created one Postgres account, but if you don't have, just create a new credentials. And then the host is the same host that you used on Supabase. That's the exact same host. And then password is the password that we created when creating Postgres. The only thing that can challenge you here is this host, and let me show you where you get the host. Your host is right here. So when you close this one, you go home and project under project, you use the API and data. This still your host. Just grab this URL here and then go back and paste it here. So that's how it's done. So okay, close this one, back. Then you'll have connected your Postgres. So we are moving good. So for this setup, I used middle model selectors because sometimes ChatGPT might fail, Grok might fail, and Gemini might fail. So it's rotating it. But for this case, we're just using one because it's simple. You don't need to go through all this. But if you want all this, you can disconnect your. You can just disconnect your agent here, and then after disconnecting, click plus, and then come select model selector, and then select two of these, and then probably add a rule, and this is fine. So go back. These are rules. So what it literally means is that when a chart comes, it will be selecting the very chart. The first model will be selecting the very chart. So I want to go into detail on this today, but on some other tutorial I'll show you. But just know it will work well with this. So go back. So you need to add all of the chart models. So for the first chart model, you'll add this to this, and the second chart model, probably we can use this one here. And then you can create an account. If you already have an account, it will be fine. Go back and then scroll this one up. So okay, we have this one now. So the next setup is to add a tool. On this tool, it will be this Supabase Vector Store. So click on this and then look for Supabase Vector Store. So this one here, setup. So for this, you will have to give it some little bit of description. Maybe tell it you are a tool being used to look for my marketplace and do everything. Just add your description, what you do, and then select the very document that you are using. And then if at all you created a different document, you'll have to set up a query here. But if you didn't do that, just leave it blank. So retrieve document as a tool, and then give it a description. When is it to retrieve this document for references? So you can say for references, use this tool. So once you do that, go back, and then you'll have this. Okay. Just gone outside of the screen anyway. Because I'm recording, it will be tough. Let me just connect this one here right to my model here. So anyway, let me do this. Okay, that's fine. Then minimize it. So we are in place. So maximize. Okay, we are here. This workflow is becoming chaotic. So okay, so everything is coming home. So this is how the setup was built. So when you run this setup here and maybe tell it hello again, of course it might bring errors. So it has executed. Okay, chat input. So okay, I know where the error is coming in. Let's bring this back to our chat model and then see, execute this one here and say hello again. Yeah, it's working fine. So this is how you build your AI agents. So I'll make a detailed tutorial on this, but for now I think this one is a quick way to do it.